What's good? What's going on? Hopefully, everybody's doing good. Okay, so today I want to talk on something so important that will happen to us because of society and because of social media as well. So, the thing I'm talking about is you as a person, you're born alone, okay? Maybe if you get twin, even then, you're born by yourself and you have certain talents within yourself, you have certain capabilities. But what happens is when you're born into society, they categorize you. Well, God forbid you're a man these days, a melanin man for that matter. You start to be having to conform. And it's so important, as you know, the culture, the hip hop culture. Hip hop was a very positive thing in its inception. But somewhere down the line, if you know the history of it, it got hijacked, and it's now a tool of wickedness. Even the R&B. So unfortunately, these are when our brains are young and so receptive, we may try to assimilate into the image of what the media is trying to coach us to be, and negating like avoiding, foregoing the calling or the crap this the gifts that we have. I was about to say the craftsmanship. I'm I work with my hands. Everything is building. So because of that reason, we start to aspire for big things. Like if you look at the little rappers who got a lot of money and they're flossing and whatnot, and the basketball players who are young and they're flossing and whatnot, and other social media personalities that do certain things, it makes us feel somewhat that maybe we're not on par with what is happening. We're not on par. We're not being great, because there's 14-year-olds. I remember when Chris Brown came out, he was only 16 at the time. Even the Serena Williams, as tennis players. So I don't know what's going on in terms of who the relevant young people. I know Sukian, I know they're sexy rated and everything else. But my point is that you yourself as an individual, you want to meet with your success equivalent to what you invest in there. Do not be moved by the environment. I know it's a very hard ask on my part, but I've developed that maturity. I made very conscious decisions when I was young. I'm like, I need to avoid that. I identified that hip hop was toxic, the black culture, cycling pants, and everything else. That's why when I give anybody a pass that says I am what I am because of my background, trauma, whatever it is, we all got some stuff that we started from. You don't get to justify anything. And as a young man, it's far worse. So I expect young men to. I know that we are moved by these influences, but we can, since we have this information available to us, such as this channel, which I'm doing right now, it allows you to maybe have an alternative. So you don't have to be moved by those things. Identify that it's not a representation. You only need to look through the black community out in the United States and the United Kingdom and outside that. Majority of us don't act that way. We're not basketball players. Not all of us are 6 foot whatever. But the world will make you feel like you're not the best at anything because you don't meet into the criterion of the monetary criteria, the category, the height category, and so forth. Excuse me. So you can start to feel like, what's my purpose here? But do not despise your humble beginnings. Do not despise your gifts. Just do your thing. Do your thing that you feel is in your heart to do. Because as a people, as a black people, we're very creative. We don't need to conform to the what society confines us to. We're very talented, very gifted, we're very creative. So do not look outside like, but he's doing that. He's over there. He's getting all the girls. He's getting the money. Whatever. Don't be moved by that. R&B doesn't help with the Chris Browns or the sing about how they getting money. They get money, and you feel like you're not getting nothing. Okay, especially girls, money, whatever the things we desire in life to make life easier. So do not. If there's one takeaway, do not neglect the humble beginnings of where you are at right now. Right now, even YouTubers, you may be looking at somebody that got so many subscribers and they're doing so well, and you are so like down on yourself. You can't. Just do your thing. Just plant your seeds in the ground. The rain shall come. At some point, you're gonna get yours. Okay. Do not neglect your humble beginnings. Your humble beginnings may feel like you're not. There's nothing you're doing. You're wasting time, And if you got the wrong people you're listening to, they may be telling, why are you even doing that? You know, why you do that? Believe in yourself, because you know the gifts that the Most High has put in your heart. You know the capacity of how far you can go. You don't even know the capacity you can go, but just stay faithful to the task. Do not despise your humble beginnings. It's like riding a bicycle. You know, you just learn to ride. The other person knows how to do tricks. They can do jumps. They can do whatever, and you just learn. You can even sit upright or rollerblading, for instance. I remember I used to suck at rollerblading. You know, snowboarding. You know, you look at somebody who's experienced, and you can't fathom, even standing up. So I think that's very important. I really want to drop this point home. It's very important for young people to identify that people have had a head start. Some of them, yes, of course, they've had a early exposure. So for you, if you're at it and it's your thing that you want to do it faithfully. You know, like horses, they get blinders on. Blind out the people that are successful now at a young age. Because you're going to find life equalizes. You're going to find this hot girls who are like dissing you. They're going to age. And you're going to be like, oh, okay, I didn't know that happened. You'll be surprised. So, and the people that you thought were doing good, like I'll give you an example. Tyrese, I grew up growing up. I'm exposing my age here. I'm 41. But I remember growing up, I'm like, it's so gifted, so talented. And as I get older, I see that he also got problems. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he can sing. The brother can act, in good shape. But if you see, he's got a lot of problems that I personally don't want. So as a young black man, aspire. Do not despise your humble beginnings, your small beginnings. Do not. You know, everything starts from somewhere. Seeds are not very exciting to look at. I'm a farmer, so I'm gonna use that example. Seeds are not that exciting, but when they're grown and you're eating off them, then it's good. So don't despise your beginnings. Stay faithful to the course, and do not be always looking at these people that are doing better than you. Disregard them, learn from them, and if you're able to get a mentor, for sure, go ahead. Oftentimes we don't have that access, but I'm here to encourage you as your big brother or as an uncle. Do not despise your humble beginnings just because of the environment around you. Because social media plays this glamorous life around you that you're missing out on, that you ain't got the power to even you can even envision yourself being a part of that. But just be faithful. You'll be surprised how life changes to those who are faithful to do. Okay, hopefully I inspire one person, because that's all I want. I recognize that this type of messages are not for everybody. People like quick money, quick things, like that, fast hustle. Like they don't need the patience. I've learned that beautiful things come with patience. Stay away from girls. I mean that. Just be all about your business. I'm not saying women are bad, but I'm saying that often it's a distraction. So this is a man channel. That's why I'm focusing on you young men. If you want to be something worth being, go about it. Don't despise your humble beginnings. Just stay faithful to the task. It's not going to happen tomorrow or the next day, but it surely shall come. All right? Hopefully this message reaches an active ear. Peace, love, and blessings.